Arsenal 2, Brighton 1. A win for Arsenal, responding to Man City's earlier win to take us back top of the table by 2 points, guys. This game was a really interesting one. It was kind of a game of two halves. I mean, in the first half, it was so dominant. It was probably the best half I'd seen us play all season. And I know I say that a few times on this channel, but I mean it this time. Like, Brighton had absolutely nothing in that first half. They had about one shot, I think. And that was it. It was all us. We should have had a few more, but it ended up being like a slim lead, but a confident one at half time. And I thought we were really going to kick on and push for a few more goals, not conceding. But we know recently, without the Gabriel Saliba partnership starting, we've looked a bit fragile at the back. And today, again, there were moments, especially in that second half, I was really worried we were going to bottle a 2-0 lead. Like, that was crazy. Crazy end to the game. But the biggest thing is we got the 3 points. That's all. In the end of the day, that's all that matters. That's all we care about as fans. But, oof. Late on, guys, that was hard to watch at times. I'm not going to lie. But I thought we did start by far the better team. I mean, it was great to see certain players performing really well today. The likes of Martin Odegaard, captain, obviously. Zubamendi, solid in the midfield. Saka, who, again, I don't even think this is near his best, but he defo offered a lot on the right-hand side today. I thought Rice out of position was absolutely phenomenal. At right back, you could maybe criticise him for their goal, for being a bit asleep, but it is kind of a freak post and rebound goal, if you want to call it that. I really thought that he played really well today, man. He was really bright for us in that back line. He didn't look out of place at all, man. Like, honestly, when I read the lineup, I completely forgot that Timber was sidelined, and it was because Calafiori picked up a last-minute knock to keep him out, which means Skelly went in, and Timber was also ill, I believe, or he picked up some sort of ankle injury at Palace, and precautionary thing to not play him today, and I was a bit worried with that. But we ended up playing really well without those two, man. Yes, defensive fragilities were there, but I thought we controlled the game really well. Odegaard getting player of the match on SofaScore, I think it's well deserved, man. He was really good today, creating pretty much everything we had in terms of the attacks going forward. He was really solid. I thought Zubamendi's passing was really good as well. Involved in a lot of the play going forward. Trossard had his moments. He absolutely done one of their defenders so dirty, man. You guys need to look this up on Twitter, man. The way he was sending that player left and right, it was disgusting. But he had his moments. Gyökeres, again, not enough, guys. Not enough. And this is starting to become a reoccurring thing with him. I'm starting to get a bit worried, guys. I'm not going to lie. I'm rooting for him, Yok. I'm rooting for you, mate. But, yeah, it's time that we maybe look at benching him. Because, yes, it's good giving him a run of games, but we've given him a run now, and he doesn't seem to be doing what Jesus is doing. Now, obviously, we don't expect him to. They're totally different players. But some of the things you're watching, you're just like, Yok, you've got to do better there. Or you've got to get yourself in positions. But I'm not just going to blame Gyökeres. I thought as good as Saka is, and as much as I love him, as much as he's our best player and our most consistent player today, even today, yes, he got the assist from the corner, but there are a few times this season and today where he was a bit selfish, man. He needs to stop shooting so much in those positions. He should look up quite a lot more. There were 1 or 2 chances today where Yok was kind of open and he decides not to pass it. Is that maybe their relationship? Maybe you don't trust him. Maybe it's a coaching thing. I don't know what Arteta has done maybe there, but we need to work on it, man. If we're going to move forward with Gyökeres, we've got to change something. He's got to change, but you can see he's really trying. The build-up, he was improving in that, and then he got injured, and it kind of set him back again. But I'm rooting for him, man. And at the end of the day, guys, all that matters is the wins. That's all I care about. I don't care about individual performances. Yes, I want us to play better, of course, but all that matters is the 3 points. If we play well and don't win, what's the good in that? What is the good in that? But yeah, that first half was crazy, guys. I'm looking at the stats now. 59% possession. They were limited to 0 shots on goal. 0 shots, 0 XG. That is crazy. That's the lowest all season in that first half from Brighton. They were limited to nothing. And it wasn't even because our defence was so good. They weren't able to get out their half. Like, we controlled that first half, man. In attack, the midfield was actually really good, man. Like, we were snubbing out everything they brought forward, and we just kept them in their area, and they couldn't get out at all, man. I mean, we should have maybe taken a few more chances, but Marino in the midfield today didn't actually look out of place, man. That's what he's good at, though, winning the duels. I do prefer him in attacking areas. He's really got a clinical edge to him, like how Spain use him, kind of as a floater in the attacking mid position, if you want to call it that. But what an interesting player, man. But yeah, that first half could have been about 3-4 nil, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Odegaard had a few shots that were either saved or blocked. To be fair to Brighton, as much as they were poor in that first half, their centre backs were very good. Like Coppola was not good, but Van Hecker and Dunk were solid, man. They were blocking absolutely everything in that game. Without them, could have been a lot worse, man. But yeah, I thought Saka looked lively in the first half. I think our whole team looked lively, but especially Martin Odegaard, man. It's great to see because with our injuries this season, not using it as any excuse, but it has kind of come at the worst times for a lot of the players. Gyökeres, Odegaard. It's just come at the worst time because they've been getting in form, momentum, and then they get injured. And then they've got to go back to square one. But with Odegaard today, this is what you expect from the captain. Like, he controlled the tempo in that midfield. He was dictating all the play. He was starting all the attacks. He was on the end of things. His passing was immaculate. He didn't lose the ball. I don't remember him losing it once. It was really good, man. We need to see this more now. With Odegaard, he's old enough. He's the captain. Just keep this level. Like Rice is doing. Because Rice today, oh, what a player, man. We know his work rate is phenomenal, but the way he was bombing up and down that pitch as a right back, I thought he was a right back by trade today. He was dropping in the middle a lot, but he was also going down wide. And it was really impressive, man. It was what you want to see. And with Skelly, as much as I like Skelly, and I thought he had a decent game until he obviously got the yellow and subbed off. With Skelly, sometimes he can be a bit rash in the challenge, maybe a bit careless on the ball, giving it away at the worst time. But with Rice today, he didn't look phased at all. It may be a composure and age thing with Rice, but hey, what a player, man. If we're to do anything this season, we need to keep Rice fit 100%. But the worrying thing about this is, where does Eze fit in the puzzle, guys? Where does he fit? Because today we were playing Odegaard, Merino, Zubimendi. Merino was not used going forward. He was more of a dual winner, kind of paired with Zubimendi, if you want to like. Zubimendi's the sitter, obviously. Merino a bit further, but Odegaard's kind of the creator in that sense. But there is a way to fit them in. But with Eze, I don't know, man. He needs to get a run of games to get his form. But where does he go? Trossard's been our most important player in attack this season, arguably. So, with me personally, I'd like to see Eze on the left with Odegaard here. Obviously, I'll show you guys in a second what I mean, but I'll talk about that later, because let's talk about the goals. I mean, Odegaard's goal, it was really good, man. This is like peak Odegaard a few seasons ago. He picks it up, finds a little gap, and just smashes it with his left foot bottom corner. No chance the keeper's saving it. It's brilliant, man. It's so refreshing to see. We haven't seen it in a long, long time. And it was really refreshing to see Odegaard taking shots and scoring them, because he's actually had a lot of good shots this season. Against Villa, I remember Martinez making some mad saves. But it's good. He's got his confidence back, it seems. And this is what he needs to be doing, imposing himself on games. More and more. Big games especially. I'm looking at Odegaard to really take the game by the scruff of the neck. And that's what he did today. So fair play to him. And obviously, in the first half, I mean, our attack was running rampant on them. Saka, a few times, had some shots blocked. Some really good crosses into the box that Gyökeres was not getting on the end of. Neither was anyone else. But at times, it was like Zubimendi was on the end of them. And I'm like, what the hell is our attack doing on the end of these lovely crosses from Saka? I do believe a lot of them go to waste. And maybe that's where Saka takes more shots out of frustration with the other players. But to be fair to Saka, he's been carrying a lot of the attack for this season. Apart from Trossard, who has stepped up quite a lot. But obviously, the half ended 1-0. And it was really mad, because I can't believe it was 1-0. 15 shots on their goal. They made 4 saves and 1 big chance, which you may look at as a lack of clinical edge to us. This is the problem. When you compare us to City in terms of attacks and clicking together, ours still hasn't done it. It is nearly January. Is that a worry? Possibly. Should we be looking at other attackers? Hey, Semenyo, about to go to City. That's another thing you could look at as a missed opportunity, if you want to call it that. But we don't care about City in this game. We just needed to win, and that's what we did. I mean, in that second half, we started as we meant to go on, but it was not at all like the first half. We totally dominated the first half. It was all us. Brighton had nothing. And all of a sudden, in the second half, yes, we started well, but there were glimpses that they were going to make some sort of a resurgence, Brighton, man. They had more of the ball, equaled our expected goals, pretty much level, one big chance each, pretty much the same amount of shots. 9 shots for us, 8 for them. A lot of their players really grew into this game, man. I thought Diego Gomez was a problem. The midfield, Ayari started to make a lot more impact on the game. Kadioglu was bombing forward. And their defence looked solid, man. Like, Duncan Van Hecker, a very solid centre-backs. They were really solid today, man. And it was starting to get a bit frustrating with us. We were breaking forward, not really taking advantage. I can't remember who it was, but they missed a really good chance early in that second half. And it kind of just like shows that we need to kill off games more quicker. We really need to do it. In that first half, we can't be going in 1-0 up. We have to be at least 2-3 up. And that's exactly what is the problem, really, with our attack. But I thought we started the half decently. They had a lot more openings, Brighton, but I can't remember. I think one of their players had a really close effort. But we went 2-0 up with a corner. Again, set piece again, Ole. Own goal from Rutter. It was crazy, man. The delivery was great from Declan Rice. But, yeah, Rutter just had a howler, man. He glances it on like he's the striker for us and heads it past his keeper to make it 2-0. And then you're thinking, yeah, wrap up this game. I was saying sub on Ethan, sub on loads of players if it gets to a latter stage and we're cruising. But this is the problem, man, because we go 2-0 up and then all of a sudden you're getting Wolves flashbacks. You're like, hang on, why are we sitting back now and letting them have the ball? We did what we did when we, conceded to Wolves. Even before we conceded today, but we started to get pushed back a lot. And it was Brighton kind of going for that goal back. And they got it through a kind of lucky, if you want to call it. I mean, I don't know how whoever it was got their shot off. I think it may have been Gruder. Who got their shot off there? But they hit the post. It rebounds. Really unluckily, like straight to Gomez. It doesn't bounce wide off the post. It goes straight back in. Raya is obviously on the floor. Can't get back up in time. And Gomez just has an open net. Does our defence need to be better there? 100%. I can't pick out any names in particular, but the way we just let that shot go off and not closed it down and blocking it. Brighton's blocking today was kind of exceptional compared to ours. We were not closing down that quick enough, and it ended up being an open goal, 2-1, and then you're starting to get a bit worried. And this is the worry for me. With going 2-1, conceding a goal, we should be going for the game and getting a third. But instead, we were pushed back. Like Wolves when they equalised. I'm like, how the hell are Wolves pushing us back? But today, Brighton are not a joke. Like, they're a very good team. Really, really good side. And they showed it, man. They had a lot of moments in that second half. And that save from David Raya, from Minter, was crazy. I was honestly, I accepted that was 2-2. I thought that was 2-2. He came on at halftime for Gruder. Sorry, it wasn't Gruder who had that earlier shot. I can't remember who it was. Correct me if you know, guys. But yeah, Minter came on at halftime, changed the game a lot for them. Looked a lot more dangerous on the attacks. And yeah, that shot was a good one. But Raya's save was even better, man. Fingertip save from our keeper. That's why he is, in my opinion, the best keeper in the league. Consistently. Alisson's brilliant. Donnarumma's amazing. But he's shown, Raya, in this league, over the last 2 years, he's Mr. Dependable, man. Like, what a save that is to keep us 2-1 up. Any other keeper, I think that's 2-2, guys. I'm not going to lie. Any other keeper. That was shocking how that didn't go in. But, hey, big up there with Raya, man. That is why he is there. Because he had nothing to do in that first half. And then that save keeps us 2-1 up. And, yeah, they had chances in that second half, man, to really make it 2-2. But we ended up seeing it out. There were a few opportunities on the break for us to maybe get 3-1. But it didn't really look like it was coming. Odegaard was the one standout for me. He continued to play well in that second half. But let's get into more of the lineups and me showing you guys what happened in the rest of that game there. With that second half, guys, I really was worried. Like, I was honestly thinking we could actually end up bottling this game. Now, yes, we had probably maybe killed off the game a bit earlier. I wouldn't have been so worried because 3-1 up, you're looking at it, hey, it's done. But it wasn't the case, man. It really wasn't. Brighton, fair play to them, man. They played quite well in that second half. I thought they could have equalised. But they didn't have any massive chance, apart from that Minter one, which was David Raya. Thank you for getting us that 3 points, man. We needed that. But I thought the subs were kind of at the right time. I would have liked to see other players come on maybe earlier. Maybe an Eze and Ethan. God knows what he needs to do to get any minutes. Madueke could have come on earlier maybe. But Jesus and Gabriel on was perfect. Skelly got the yellow. And when Gabriel came on, you knew it's business time, man. This is where we don't concede much. And apart from the final minutes where they had a few openings, there wasn't any clear-cut chances, man. Gabriel made sure of that. Big Gabby is back and hopefully here to stay for a long time because we don't want him getting injured again. That is for sure. But Jesus came on, and I'm not going to lie, that cameo was really impressive, man. His hold-up play was brilliant. He was holding off defenders. He was laying it off to other players. And this is what Gyökeres needs to work on. And he hasn't got there. In terms of, I'm not saying get Jesus' level. We know that's Jesus' one of his best attributes. But in terms of making things happen, Jesus was very good off that off the bench. And even Martinelli, man, Martinelli nearly had a goal which he should have scored towards the end. I don't know how he's skying that. Like, that is a really good chance, man. I think it was Saka who belted that in, and that could have been 2 assists for him if it was more clinical from us. But yeah, Jesus did his thing when he came on, and we got the 3 points. We had to time waste at the end with the throw-in, and yeah, just quite hard to watch. But we got the 3 points. Rice was winning everything though. Like, apart from where he switches off on the second goal, on their goal, which I'm not even going to blame him for because I don't think anyone expects it to hit off the post like that. But he was winning everything. I loved it when he was tackling them. He was giving it the big one, if you want to call it that. He was shouting at their face. Hey, man, Declan Rice, what a player. What a player. But it's great that Gabriel's back now. We need him back now because it's a perfect time for that. And we got the 3 points. Premier League table, we're 2 points ahead of City now. Ahead of a busy schedule still. We've still got a busy schedule. We got Tuesday night football against Aston Villa. We've got Aston Villa in 3 days at home. This schedule is crazy. We got Bournemouth away next as well. So we got 2 more games in not a lot of time. In 3 games in like a week. Crazy. And we had a game obviously last week. So big important steps, but this Villa game is huge. They obviously play like now against Chelsea. Let's see what happens. But with lineups, we need to see rotation. I think Madueke could possibly start, but I'm looking at Eze to definitely start. Ethan, I need to see him getting minutes. I need it. So I'd love to see Eze off the left, Ethan starting, but I don't think he'll do that. He'll start Eze. Norgard possibly comes in. Kepa maybe. Martinelli starts, Jesus starts, Gabriel starts. I hear it. We need to make rotation. But all that matters is we got the 3 points. Man City are on a brilliant run. They've got Sunderland next, which is very interesting, and Chelsea in 3 days. So can they drop points there? There is a chance. But we need to focus on ourselves because we've got Villa, who beat us last time. So that's a huge game in the week. But let me know what you thought, guys, of this game down below. Make sure you smash the like, subscribe if you're new. I'll be covering some more games this weekend. But it's been Jay-Z Knows Ball, and I'm out. Peace out, guys. Take care.